You mentioned a couple of times the impact of the Iran and the Strait of Hormuz conflict on the economy, partially due to the constraint on the flow of vital commodities across the world, and the latent crises that loom worldwide when the reality of those shortages become very extant. Can you talk to us about what you're watching there and what you feel is not being reflected in the pricing of those commodities yet?
Yeah, well, basically, I've mentioned oil and also natural gas would, fits into exactly the same category. The point is that, when you refine oil, you produce a great range of downstream products. And this includes sulfur, it includes urea. I mentioned sulfuric acid. But, particularly sulfur and urea, this is absolutely vital for agriculture as fertilizer. And, China has reacted to this by stopping her exports, which basically leaves the rest of the world with a real problem. And this is particularly acute in Europe and also, I'd say, Japan. Because they rely on these imports, if you like, for agricultural productivity. Now, there is another problem on top of that, because we're not just going to see prices rise because there was no urea at the start of the planting season, as it were, in the Northern Hemisphere. No, there is another problem, and that is that we have a cycle of the La Niña, is it? Which is going to disrupt weather patterns very substantially later on this year. That, again, is going to reduce food production. So I can see food prices going right through the roof. And not only that, but for a lot of emerging economies, in Africa and so on and so forth, I think there's going to be genuine hardship, food hardship. You're going to get nasty droughts, which on top of the lack of fertilizer basically means there's going to be virtually no food available for a population now of over 1 billion people. That's in Africa alone. So this is a very serious issue, and nobody at the moment is thinking about it. More generally, I was just amazed. It's one of I think it was the OECD or someone produced a forecast for the impact of the closure of the Straits of Hormuz on global GDP. They thought it would reduce it by 1.5%. What? These guys are, they're nuts. I think the answer basically is they probably understand that it's going to be far worse than that. But, basically, they would rather tell a lie than the truth, because we face a mixture of far higher prices, which will be the result of loss of confidence in the currencies, and at the same time a slump in economic activity. It's the worst of both worlds. Welcome to the 1930s without a gold standard. And that's really what we have. One of the other aspects of this, of course, is helium. And I don't think anyone's really paying attention to that. You're seeing, all the AI stocks and all the rest of it continue going up in a sea of credit. But helium is absolutely vital for the manufacture of computer chips. So, and basically, helium is not coming out of its primary source, which is the Persian Gulf. It is one of the things which comes out of the refining process. That's going to be a major, major problem. China is all right. China is protecting herself in this. And indeed, sometimes when I look at what the Chinese are doing, I think they are rather taking the view, well, we've got to protect ourselves. We're no longer in the business of compromising with anyone or helping anyone else out. And particularly America and Europe, and also to a lesser extent, probably Japan. So they can go whistle. And I think has very serious implications. I really do, for us. Already, if you look at what's going on in China, they are the new advanced economy. we're now, sort of third-rate nations, potholes and budgets completely out of control and all the rest of it. The world is already turning round, and I think the change that we're going to see over the next 6 months is going to be vast, and nobody's really thinking about it. It is really, I think, very, very concerning.